Okay, so look, I won't waste your time with feel-good fluffy bullshit. If cookie-cutter dating advice is what you want, you can get that crap from the other gurus and pick-up artists elsewhere on YouTube. The tactics I'm going to teach you shoot straight to a woman's emotional core, bypassing her most stubborn defenses. With what I'm going to teach you, you'll be speaking to the part of her that's impossible to control. You'll reach that spot in her psyche where desire takes over and there's nothing she can do about it. I hope you're excited, because you're going to learn the surest way to get a woman to submit to you emotionally. If she has rejected you, you'll learn how to turn her rejection into deep sexual desire for you. I promise you, we'll get to all that and more. But first, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're doing all the right things, but somehow you're losing with women? It's like playing a game where the rules keep changing every minute. They told you to be caring, to open up, to listen intently, and to be sensitive to her needs, and to be her shoulder to cry on. You did all of that and it still went nowhere. Worse, she friend zones you while she goes to fuck the arsehole who treats her like dirt. Look, it's not your fault that you've been taught the wrong thing. You followed conventional dating advice, not knowing it has one fatal mistake. If you follow what those gurus tell you to, you're making the mistake without realizing it. And that mistake is that you're targeting the logical side of her brain. You think you're checking all the boxes, but you're still missing the mark. Why? Because it's her emotional core you need to speak to. As I teach in Shogun Method, you cannot negotiate desire. Attraction is 100% emotions and 0% logic. Most guys do the opposite. They try to convince a girl to like them with 100% logic and 0% emotions. And that's an enormous problem. Not only that, women have these psychological defenses built into their female nature. Unless you know how to bypass them, it doesn't matter how hard you work. She'll never let you in. So, to win, you must sidestep her logical defenses and tap directly into the emotional part of her psyche, the part that's beyond her conscious control. That's where Shogun Method's theory of emotional rollercoastering comes in handy. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty part of the emotional rollercoastering technique, here's an interesting backstory. Back in the 90s, Yahoo groups were the place to chat about seduction tactics. Some guys thought they could exploit what they saw as a flaw in the female psyche, like trying to short-circuit her emotional defenses. The idea was that if you put a girl on an emotional roller coaster, her walls wouldn't just lower, they'd totally vanish. You create this connection that skips right past her logical side, letting her feel something raw and magnetic. It hits her deep down, and before she knows it, she's hooked. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might want to ask me, that sounds amazing, Derek, but how do I actually put a girl on an emotional roller coaster? Picture this. You're teasing her lightly, getting her engaged, and just when she's comfortable, you throw in a challenging remark. She's caught off guard, maybe even a bit shaken. And then, you switch back to playful. She's intrigued, and she falls head first into the abyss of attraction. This is what we call an emotional roller coaster. With every interaction with you, she becomes more engaged, more invested in the relationship. She'll automatically associate those feelings with you, creating a connection that she can't find with any other guy. Soon, you'll be the only man who is in her mind all the time. For best effect, do this to her multiple times. Trigger those highs and lows in a few cycles, and you'll activate a deep psychological addiction to your presence. Like cocaine to a junkie, you'll be the object of her sexual thirst. Now, if you think it's a routine to follow or a pickup line to recite, it's not. Remember, this is not the pickup artist shite you see elsewhere. Instead of a routine, you must follow a strict structure that we tested through the real-life experiences of 20,000 shoguns around the world. We'll get into this structure in a while, but with this knowledge, you'll know exactly when and how to make each move with zero guesswork. Not only that, with the entire Shogun Method knowledge base under your belt, you'll have an arsenal of mind control weaponry that breaks down her logical defenses and activates her emotional and sexual desire for you. I crafted each Shogun Method tactic with its own purpose and structure. With intrigue pings, you'll capture her attention and keep her captivated until you deliver the killer blows through a fistful of Shogun sequences. The endgame of Shogun Method is emotional enslavement, where she'll need you like she needs air to breathe and water to drink. Now, here's what you must understand. What we covered here is just a glimpse into the wonderful world of what Shogun Method can do for you. Emotional roller coasters are just the tip of the mind control iceberg. If you're ready to learn the full system, then you need to see it for yourself. The Shogun Method online masterclass lays it all out. No guesswork, just killer mind control tactics. The masterclass contains precious knowledge that 99.9% of men will never get to learn. So, if you're one of the rare men who belongs to the exclusive 0.1%, get started in your Shogun Method journey now at fractionation.org. It's time for you to shine, so act now. Because let's be honest, if you're not ready to take control now, you will never be. But if you think you're ready for Shogun Method, there's one thing that I must tell you up front. Shogun Method isn't for everyone. If you're looking for something safe, easy, or just a tip or two, then honestly, go elsewhere. Maybe to a pickup artist video or something. But remember, if you do what the other chumps are doing, you'll get what they're getting. Now, if you're still hesitating, here's something I want you to know. It's not that you don't have what it takes, you just don't have what she needs. And what she needs is not another nice guy who bends over backwards for her. Quit trying to convince her you're the right guy for her. Put her on an emotional roller coaster and let her come to that conclusion on her own. Shogun Method shows you how, but you have to take the first step forward. So here's the deal. If you have the balls and the nerve to step into something few men will ever experience, then this is your chance. The Shogun Method online masterclass unravels the entire system you can use to turn any woman's defenses into obedient desire with ease. Think of it as mind control on crack. It's female submission par excellence. So if you're ready to quit playing small, to actually harness these tactics and make them work for you, head over to fractionation.org. But again, it's not for everyone. Just the men masculine enough who can handle the awesomeness of this knowledge. And as for the pansies and feminized males, they'll be fine. But they shouldn't expect anything remarkable out of life. I feel sorry they have to endure a lifetime of shit tests and pussy whipping, but they probably deserve what they get. If you think you deserve better, go to fractionation.org and sign up for the Shogun Method online masterclass. Dive in for the most eye-opening experience of a lifetime. And if you've got the grit to follow through, you'll see the shift in how women respond to you. Get any woman to submit to you emotionally and sexually. Turn her defenses or rejection into obedient desire. Finally, remember, the world is yours to conquer. Go get what belongs to you. Fractionation.org